Yo, what's going on, YouTubers, gamers, and fellow hobbyists? Welcome to another episode of P&Q, my question and answer series where you get to ask me questions or make comments and I respond the following week. Yes, I do. And I've got a couple of things to go through as well this week. I'll start with that just to say, can you see the rainbow coloured trolley thing in the background? That's on wheels. I picked myself that up to that's good English, not. I picked that up for myself to put some models in it, and I've really been clearing out the studio, rearranging stuff and making it good, tidying up, looking good. And something else which I want to mention, which I'll link to an email I got actually. So I was going to say that's one of two ways you can contact me. You can either put your comments or questions down below in the comments section, or you can email me at miniwarzone@gmail.com, and whether you like it or not, you will get an anonymous response. Just the way I do it. It's the way I've always done it. Don't forget, we're fast coming up on the 100th episode, so get your questions for Mrs. Mini Warzone down. Either pop them down on the comments below or email me or whatever, and I'm just putting them into a folder on my laptop for her to answer. Obviously, the more questions she has, the longer she'll be on for. So, you know the drill by now. Okay, got myself a cup of coffee. If you can hear any noise in the background, it's my fridge. It's the only noise here at the moment. Been pouring with rain today. It's not a very good day weather-wise. I am recording this on the Friday though, as I usually do. So any questions that come after today will be answered on the following P&Q episode. So just bear with it, and they will get answered. I've been pretty good over the course of my history with this Q&A series about missing things. I've not missed too many, but I've always caught them up in the end. Just taking my phone out of my pocket before it falls on the floor. Right, I'm going to start with the email because I only got one email. I don't usually get very many emails at all, but I do have one this week, which is cool. It's from someone that actually hasn't emailed me for a long time, and I wasn't even sure until we got the email that you're still a subscriber, so thanks for that. Anyway, he says, "Greetings, Mini Warzone. I was looking back through your videos and I noticed that you've done some bolt action vids." Yes, I have. Is there any possibility of doing a bolt action battle report sometime? Also, what about other historical stuff? Well, I know you're a historical fan, and a particular World War II fan. I don't know whether I believe in it. I mean, there's such a coincidence you ask that. I often get this. I get a coincidental question which links with something that's happened in my real life. General news. I'm no longer doing bolt action. I have sold all my bolt action stuff. Everything to do with bolt action is gone. I've been having a clear out, a trim down for the things. You'll see on my, if you look on my about section, I've taken bolt action off of the list of games that I'm interested in and do now. So you're not going to be seeing a bolt action battle report at all. Sorry. What about other historical stuff? I do like other historical stuff. I particularly like the American Civil War stuff, and I like just various things. I like. It's not really an era. But I like the Battle of Rorke's Drift. That's just a particular point of history, so I like that. So anything based on that I quite like. And I'm just trying to think, is there any? Hail Caesar seems quite interesting. I think I could get into that. But for now, I've just been trimming back my stuff. And I've literally, only a couple of hours ago, posted off all my bolt action stuff. So I've got a little bit of a cash flow again, which I can use for other matters. I've got to say, I am more interested in the fictional stuff, either fantasy or sci-fi. So that's my bag really. but there are some historical things which interest me. But I've just had to do it because I can't. I'm one man, and I just cannot financially cope with covering all those games. It's just not physically possible. But when you got to make sacrifices, you know, you prioritise, and then you see which one's the first ones to go. In this case, for me, it is bolt action. So sorry about that. Now I've also got a question from Stephen over at the Spider's Web, but I'm going to come back to your question later on at the end. I'm going to come back to it. So I need a way of remembering this. So if I take a green dice, I know this is going to sound crazy, I'm going to hold it in my hand. Think this represents Stephen's question. Now, the reason is this question, you asked it on your video, not in the comments section, but I'm going to answer it on here. So, right, so I'm going to go on to the others and then come back to you. So, I've got a couple of messages, yes, from Scraggar, because I did a live show and I had some problems, so ignore those messages. Right, that's good, so I can pop that sheet to one side, put the dice on your question. Right, so let's have a look. Right, Crew Orange Lasilicus then. Right, we're back on track. He says, Great P&Q, what are the top 3 things you know now you wish you knew when you started the hobby? That's a good question. 3 things I know now. One, I suppose, is Kickstarters and the whole concept and principle of them. I didn't know anything about it, never heard of it even. Until I've lived a very sheltered life, you see. So that's one thing, definitely, because I probably missed out on a lot of stuff by not knowing what that was. What else? It's difficult. That is a difficult question. That is a very difficult question. Top 3 things you know now you wish you knew when you started the hobby. I don't know. It's tricky because I don't have any kind of regrets as such. I don't know. I suppose I wish I knew about. There's always cheaper alternative to things. Whereas when I started the hobby, it was Games Workshop stuff. I got into that and I watched their video of how to paint and stuff, and thought, I must have the Games Workshop glue, and I must have their brushes, and I must have their paints, and I must have this and this and this, and it must all be Games Workshop. And that's not the case. I don't need to spend like 10 quid on a sculpting knife when I can get one for like £1.50, and it does the same job. That said, nothing against Games Workshop, and their tools are exceptionally awesome. Some of them quite specialised and very good. So yeah, I wish I knew about that. Cheaper alternatives. So Kickstarter, cheaper alternatives. I'm struggling now for this. I suppose very, very tricky. Because I got into the hobby and YouTube pretty much the same time. So I can't say YouTube because it's about the same. I can't say I wish I knew about the whole diversity of the range of games and models and things, because I've enjoyed learning as I go. So I'm struggling, Mike, on that one. I'm looking around for inspiration. Is there anything I wish I knew then I know now? I can't think of anything else. Just those 2 things, really. That's not to say I won't think of something later on and think, I wish I'd said that. And that often happens with me. It's one of those things I do. So yeah, Kickstarters and cheaper alternatives to things. I'm trying to find a third one though. I honestly don't know. Sorry. Well, partly, I've 3/4, 2/3 if your question is answered. That's not bad. Wargamer Sean just says cheers, thanks for the answers. Big Mac Dan Skull says teachers often have an insult of choice. Normally something like moron or oaf. If you were a teacher, what would be your chosen insult? Well, I would never be a teacher. And I was going to be once upon a time. But what would be my chosen insult? I don't know. Sorry, I was just putting some models out of my way so I can rest my arm down on my desk. That's how messy it is in here. What would be my chosen insult? I'm not really into insults like that. If I was a teacher, what would be my chosen insult? I don't know. You mundane, boring, normal person. I don't know. I don't like to get too personal when I insult somebody unless they've really annoyed me. I'm just not into that. Life is too short for insults, I find. Wasting all that negative energy. Just don't need it. Try and stay positive. I've got to hang on to positivity now as much as I can. So insult. Again, I'm at a loss. This is the first time in like PQ I've been kind of at a loss for answers here. My chosen insult. I don't know, because you can't insult anybody these days. In fact, you say normal stuff and you're insulting somebody or offending somebody. So I think everything that came out of my mouth would probably be an insult, not intentionally. Just the way we live in. It's that whole political correctness thing. It's like it's gotten out of hand. It's like years ago, we were kind of much freer to speak and say and do things, and speak our mind and stuff. Then political correctness came in, started narrowing down the boundaries of what is acceptable, and now it's getting to a point where you can only say or do certain things, and it's getting quite rigid now, and it's difficult in certain jobs. Certainly, my last job I had to be on go around on eggshells all the time, because such a diversity of people, and everybody gets offended over everything, every single thing. And I'm not trying to offend people, really. I'm not. If I was trying to, I probably wouldn't come up with decent insults and things. But yeah, life. So there you go. Not really answered that one, but I kind of have. Nick Beer, come on, Nick. Give me a good one. He says, another good one. Do you believe any of the stories of people being abducted by aliens? Yay, that's a good one. Yay. Back in my comfort zone. Yes, of course I do. I think that's happened. I do. Don't think they're all real. I think there's some attention seekers out there, but yeah, sure, why not? I mean, I don't know what the agenda is, why they'd put you back. Probably just to abduct you, I would imagine, cut you up and dissect you, but I don't know. I don't know. I always used to say I wouldn't mind getting abducted by aliens just so I could see alien stuff before I die, I wouldn't now, not with, I've got like a lovely family that I wouldn't want to leave now, but years ago that would have been my mindset, I think. But yeah, I do believe some of the stories. Right, Scrag Guard says, bless Taz, I got an old cat of my twins under a rose bush next to my twins' gravestone. Yeah, because Taz, my old dog, he made an appearance. Well, his picture made an appearance on last week's Pink. He is actually in a couple of my older videos. You go back. He is actually on a couple. Right, on to the last page. Okay. Oh, I see. Still with Scragguard, still the same thing, I think. So it says, cool answers. Question: have you prepared a strategy for survival if zombies or aliens attacked in real life? That's pretty good. Yeah, for zombies, yes, certainly. Aliens, I don't think we'd have any chance. We just have to, I don't know. Come on to aliens in a moment. Zombies, yes. You know, because I'm a big fan of zombie movies and things like that, and I love Walking Dead and all that kind of thing. And as you know, I like Zombicide as a game, and there's other zombie games as well I like. But zombies, what would I do? Everything I've seen, it seems obvious to me that you need to kind of hole up somewhere and kind of fortify somewhere where you can operate from as a kind of a base, like kind of sort of like a primitive home kind of thing. I would probably set up in a church. I'd find an old church, because I reckon they have weapons in churches to fight against such creatures. I mean, if you think of it, you can weld one of those big sticks with the huge crosses on, and they can make awesome weapons. Some of those things on the altars and things, there's a lot of heavy weapon and bludgeoning type weapons there, and I reckon they've probably got an arsenal in the back hidden there for such events. That's my theory. But if not, I think they'd probably be quite easy to fortify. You know, it's not like you've got loads of entrances and exits, is there? In fact, some of them I think they've got like a kind of like a secret entrance and exit you could come and go from. I think where like the priests and vicars used to, so you didn't have to walk through the congregation. And so I'm talking old churches here. Yeah, so I think something like that. Maybe even a cathedral, something, you know, big, grandiose. Yeah. But what I do, I try and find somewhere, a base, and fortify it, make it my home, store weapons. As for aliens, I'd do a similar thing, but it wouldn't just be about survival. I'd be looking to set up a kind of resistance unit in that. So I'd be looking to recruit and train kind of soldiers to build an army to fight against the aliens. That would be what I'd do there. You watch the old V series, that mini-series from, if any of you are old enough out there, you remember V. I'd be like Donovan, try and head the resistance. That's what I would do. Oh, that was a long one. Right, 2 more, and then I'm coming back to your question, Stephen. Jamjar 34. Great one, Pete. What is your favourite gun or weapon in the hobby? At past, I think you mean at present or past. And what other tutorials are you planning? To past or present, what is my favourite weapon? I think it's just standard bolter gun. I just like it. Looks good. This is for 40k, obviously. So I just, you know, a normal bolter. I just like the, you know, it's not too big. Although saying that, I quite like plasma cannons. Those ones there. Sorry, I'm on manual focus, so it's not going to focus anyway. So I'd say a bolter gun and power sword. I like power swords as well. I know the chain swords look quite cool, but I think power swords are better. So power sword and bolter. So not particularly powerful, the bolter, but I just like it. It's easy. You know, Space Marine, ballistic skill 4, blah blah blah. So, you know, hitting on freeze, easy stuff for me. Right, tattoo for you says, Thanks for sharing that, man. No, he's talking in relation to his last question, which was about what got me out of feeling down. My pets and family are a big part of my life. When I'm down or my head is working against me, it's good to have them here. Sadly, I just planted 4 rose bushes and a friend mowed over 3 of them. Well, that's not good. Dude, just plant some more. I would. And, it doesn't matter. I just plant more. Did you ever buy a model when you first started out and set it aside because you felt you needed to hone your skills before you built it? If you had to change one thing about your hobby room, what would it be? I suppose I had my Imperial Knight set aside for a while before I built him. He's not finished yet, painting him and stuff. But yeah, I suppose I set him aside for a while because it's a lot of money to spend on a model, and I didn't want to mess it up. That's not saying I'm brilliant now or anything, but I just wanted to get a bit better. So yes, my Imperial Knight. If you had to change one thing about your hobby room, what would it be? That's easy. I'd have it tidier, much tidier, because it's chaos in here. I mean, it's chaos, man. Look around, just chaos. It's chaotic stuff. I need to tidy. That's what I need to do. Yeah. To tidy. I wish it was tidier. And if I was more organised, it would be sublimely tidy. I'm starting to do it now. It's difficult because the time I set aside for modelling and stuff. Sorry, this is just like a little skirmish game I've got going on here. Actually, it's Dark Vengeance mostly. But anyway, sorry, sidetracked. I do that a lot. What was I going to say? Forgotten. Tidy. Yeah, it's getting there now, so it's looking good already. I'm thinking I might even get... See, those drawers there, they're containing a lot of models which were just everywhere, and shelves, and it was getting me down a bit. Not down, but it was just like, yeah, it was making me feel, but now I'm feeling a lot more positive about it again, and now I've sold my bolt action stuff. I've got a lot more room, and it's kind of liberating doing it, really. Because I was just looking at the models thinking, I'm never going to play it. I'm never going to play that game. And I need the space. And all that money's tied up. I know it's not eating any food, but at the same time, I could be spending it on other stuff. Other toys. Right, now. Come to my last question. This is from Stephen. Using the dice. I put it on your question just to remind me. Spider666. Okay, now I've worded your question how... Well, I've just typed it out and I've said, who could be chosen to play the Goblin King in the new Labyrinth movie? That's what you were talking about in... I forget what video it was. Was it one of your Chat Brew and Big Black Dog videos? I don't know, it was one of your videos anyway. And that was kind of what you was asking. Now, I've been giving this some serious thought, because I mean, trying to replace David Bowie in that role is pretty difficult. And you mentioned a few people, and I think one of the people you mentioned was Johnny Depp, although I have to agree, he's certainly quirky enough. I don't think he'd be the best replacement, but I think he would do an awesome job of it. But it wouldn't be him. It wouldn't be what was he called? Jared? Oh, I can't remember. What was he called? The Goblin King. I'm asking you like you're going to respond. No, I can't remember anyway. But I forget what he was called. But it wouldn't be him. It'd be a different persona. But he's, like I say, certainly strange enough and quirky enough. I've got 2 in mind. Don't hate me for them. They're just what I've been, and I have given it a lot of thought. And 2 people I've thought that not replace David Bowie, but could do an adequate job in that role. One of them is Benedict Cumberbatch. Now, wait, before you crucify me, just hold on. I think he could do a great job of that, and I've seen his performances in many different roles, from Sherlock to Star Trek to loads of different stuff. He can act, and act well. I don't know personally if he's strange enough, quirky enough, enigmatic enough, but he could definitely act it. Of that I am certain. He's got a certain look about him, strange, piercing look, which would work for me. So that's just one. So that's one of the people I thought of, and the other one. Okay, imagine a drum roll here. Again, don't shoot me. The other one I thought of to play this role, not actually an actor, I would say Roger Taylor, the ex-drummer from Queen. Or he might still be drumming for Queen. Yeah, I know. Just mull it over. He is strange enough, I think. I think he could play it. I really do. Yeah. He's got an intelligence about him as well. There's something about him which I can't quite put my finger on. Just try and play it out in your mind. So I'd say Benedict Cumberbatch and Roger Taylor. That is my answer. Agree or disagree, that's fine. But that is my answer to that question. Anyway, that's all the questions answered. Don't forget, pop your questions down below or email me. Link will be in the description below. And all that kind of good stuff. Check out my Patreon if you can. That would be awesome. If not, just please like, subscribe and share. I'm trying to get my subscribers up. So, you know, by sharing my video on things like Google Plus and other Twitter and various other things, more people can see. And hopefully I'll get my subscribers up. As soon as I get to 500, I'm doing a giveaway. Right, see you guys on the next video. Until then, remember, all brushes lead to... bye for now.